Badass Friday. Not working today because of the communist government here in Kanadistan, so decided to relax, take it easy today. Been chilling, watching YouTube videos today, and just did my late meditation and made my coffee and had my cold shower. So now I'm looking forward to checking out. I see 23 hours ago now, Vanessa put out a new video, so I want to check it out. So let's check it out together. There we go. All right.
Hello, all my beautiful little unicorns. In today's super detailed and accurate pick a card tarot reading, we are going to be uncovering everything that you need to know right now. Any important information that's coming through from the universe and your guides for you. This can be about love, your finances, your personal well-being. We're simply going to allow for the cards to speak and to unravel every important message that you need to hear.
This is the first time I'm going to pick group number one, so I don't even have to touch the controller.
Extremely simple. I have 4 groups prepared for you, which I will introduce you to in just a moment. And I would like you to pick one of these 4 groups intuitively. Once you've selected a group of your choice, the timestamps are provided below in the description box, as well as pinned to the top of the comment section. So all you'll need to do is click your timestamp and you'll be fast forwarded to the relevant portion of this video. Just as a little disclaimer, I will be taking my sweet time with these readings, so make yourself comfortable, relax, and get ready to vibe together as we gently uncover everything that you need to hear right now. So the 4 groups that I have prepared for you today are as follows. Group number 1 corresponds to the Heavenly Bodies Astrology deck, as well as the Amazonite. Group number
Heavenly
2
Bodies.
corresponds
I
to
have
the
a
Gentle
heavenly
Heart Tarot
body.
deck, as well as the Rose Quartz. Group number 3 corresponds to the Goddesses, Gods, and Guardians deck, as well as the Amber.
That's a lot of G's.
Group number 4 corresponds to the Messages from your Animal Spirit Guides, as well as the Orange Calcite. But the timestamps are provided below, as well as pinned to the top of the comment section for quick and easy access from your mobile devices,
I love easy access.
or your tablets. So I will now provide you with a little moment of privacy to meditate on the 4 groups. Feel free to pause the video right here if you feel like you need a little bit of time to make up your mind. Furthermore, I do have a free PDF on my website, which you can simply download with tips on picking the right group for you every single time, as well as a little crystal cleansing guide. So if you're interested in that, the link is below in the description box. So I'll be right back with you. All right, my beautiful babies of the Zodiac, I hope that you've been able to select a group of your choice. I will be starting off your readings with the first group, which corresponds to the Heavenly Bodies Astrology deck. So if this is the group that you chose, then please continue watching. And to all of my other beautiful groups, I will catch you at the click of your timestamp.
If you are learning
this clown.
or watching the videos about Vedic astrology, then one fundamental
blah 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 blah.
Down.
There we go.
Hello, group number 1, and welcome to your reading about everything that you need to know right now. Are you ready to get into all of this divine information? Because I know I am. So you chose the Heavenly Bodies Astrology deck, as well as the Amazonite crystal. Let's first do a quick close-up of the crystal of your choice. This is the gorgeous Amazonite crystal.
Beautiful.
It is a very cooling and calming kind of stone. And then, of course, we've got your Heavenly Bodies Astrology
Color match
deck.
with the cards and the rock.
Before I get into your reading, I just want to say that I am very proud to announce the launch of my 4th deck. This is the Below the Surface Oracle deck, guidebook, and
which is
journal.
also
if you're
blue.
Interested in adding this deck, guidebook, and journal to your collection, make sure that you check out the link below in the description box. But now,
I'll just take the
let's
box.
get into your reading group number 1. Let's see what you need to hear right now. First up, we've got the North Node. So within the North Node, I can see that you are destined to have more than you've dreamed of. You're destined to have more than you thought that you would or could or should, group number one. I can see that you're kind
It's
of
my
in a
destiny.
way underestimating where your life is meant to end up and what's supposed to happen for you within this lifetime. There are a lot of unexpected magical things coming towards you, as we have here within this kind of dragon creature behind these mountains right here. And there is a road, there is a path that's going to lead you to some unexpected magical events within your lifetime. I also want to find out precisely what these may be, group number one. So let's move further into your reading. Next up, we've got fixed. Now, fixed signs correspond to Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, as well as Pisces. These are the fixed signs which are known to be very determined, somewhat resistant to change, but they have great willpower. They're very stable,
The fix
reliable,
is in.
as well as persistent. And I see that this is precisely what you're going to need in order to accomplish the greatness that you're destined to. So with, of course, manifestation, accomplishing greatness, also comes a lot of work, a lot of sacrifice, doing things that you're maybe not super excited to do or not very inclined to do if you're feeling tired or depressed or anxious. But having these fixed sign qualities and really leaning into those, that's what you have to hear right now. And you guys, I love to just be like a friend, a big sister, just telling you precisely how it is. And I hope that you can appreciate this honesty. If you are a fixed sign, such as a Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, or an Aquarius, do know here that you may already naturally have a lot of tendencies to be good at this stability, persistence, and dependability. But really, even if you belong to a different sign of the zodiac, you are able to tap into this fixed sign energy with determination, with sheer willpower. Next up, we've got the conjunction. So I can see here within the conjunction that you are best off kind of merging with another person, coming together with another person, working with someone who can hold you accountable. So if you've been thinking of getting a coach or an accountability coach, if you will, just overall holding yourself accountable by, for example, having a checklist where you write down the things that you accomplish, the things that you do. I want you to know that this will really help you become the best and highest version of yourself, group number one. And also working with someone like a personal trainer, like overall a friend, a family member who you can speak to about your goals and where you can almost make a pact that if you don't reach a certain goal, maybe you have to donate a lot of money, maybe you just need to do something that's uncomfortable so you are inclined to reach your goals and to go for it. I see here within the Great White Shark from the Below the Surface Oracle that you're being called to strike when the iron is hot. There are opportunities here for you, group number one, right now in this very moment in your life that you are kind of missing out on because you're maybe not striking when you should and could. Maybe you're a little bit apprehensive, a little bit afraid, a little bit in a spot where you feel intimidated if there are other people who want the same thing, such as a promotion, a certain job. Maybe there's even a kind of material item that you want to acquire, but you feel like your credit score isn't good enough, or you're not the one who's going to
Definitely
get that
isn't.
house or car, you're not going to be approved for it. But know here within the Great White Shark that you are sincerely underestimating your capabilities and your social standing as well. Next, within the archway, when it comes to these opportunities in your life, the archway is representative of new opportunities, possibilities, and paths that are opening up. So group one, you are going through an archway figuratively and maybe quite literally speaking. If on your way to work or school or on your favorite walk, there's kind of like this arch or something that symbolizes an arch, know that it's almost like you're walking into a new portal, into a new time and era and cycle of your life right now. And you have to hear this in order to motivate you, in order to remind you that nothing is going to stay the same and things are going to change for the better, especially working with others. We already spoke about that in
It's gonna be better than it's ever been, folks.
The Orca Pod, which is representative of a very similar message. The Orca Pod states that teamwork makes the dream work, and to work with others to accomplish greatness, whether this be an amazing team at work, maybe you're also putting together a team for a passion project, If you are a parent, for example, co-parenting with another parent can be very difficult, or for example, co-parenting with your parents, with grandparents, with extended family, and so on. Try to work together in order to create the healthiest environment for everyone involved, especially children if you have younger siblings or your own children in your life, and know within the Orca Pod that the more you connect with others and also leave them room to express themselves, the more they will feel
Express
safe to come to you with ideas, which in turn will really help you to create a empire and a type of business scenario, a type of business opportunity that is greater than you ever expected. In the gavel, there's some sort of involvement with the law. Now, group one, this means that you may have an unexpected letter coming your way that has some sort of involvement with the law. It could be a speeding ticket. It could also be, for example, that you are being informed about an inheritance or a windfall.
Yeah.
Just some sort of important
That ain't
letter
happening.
that you should not ignore and you should act on. Furthermore, in the gavel, if you have been dealing with a lawsuit or you have been dealing with lawyers about something, know here that this is actually a positive sign. When we've got the Orca Pod as well as Fix, the North Node, you are destined to win, destined to have
Winning.
come out victorious in these situations. Next up, we've got the bouquet. Now, group number one, you've got a secret admirer. You've got someone who is going to pay you a lot of compliments, who thinks that you're very gorgeous inside.
Oh, well, I already knew that.
Stands for not only compliments from an admirer, but also someone seeing you as a delicate flower, someone who's amazing to look at, someone who brings light and life into the room. And I see here within the room that what you need to hear as well is that there will be a big change when it comes to a new home for you. Now, with the archway, I want you to know that it's very likely that you will change your living situation, even if it's totally unexpected or unforeseen right now. It's going to happen sooner than later. I see within the broom and the archway that there is a possibility for you to change your living space and upgrade it. And I see here with the new home,
I think it's an upgrade from a bachelor apartment.
When it comes to cleaning, if you look around right now, if you're in your living space or in your car, for example, and it's very disorganized, this is definitely a little nudge to you, group number one, to clean your space, to keep it in good shape, so that you can really have this attitude of gratitude and of feeling relaxed, of not feeling stressed out, because when your environment is full of things,
only every once in a while,
headspace often tends to feel cluttered as well. Speaking of a cluttered headspace, with the common octopus, know that your mind is your most significant advantage that you've got, and you can solve any problem.
Gotta use your mind, see through the lies.
I want you to understand here, group number one, that a message that is meant for you to hear is that you are a lot more intelligent than you've ever given yourself credit for.
Oh, I know. I'm smarter than the average bear.
Yourself, especially if you used to have teachers or guardians who made you feel like you weren't that intelligent or like your voice didn't matter that much. It is completely normal that you wouldn't think that you're as capable as you truly are, and it's something that will take time for you to overcome, for you to reprogram your mind and your beliefs, but you are being encouraged in the common octopus to remember how resourceful you can be, how resourceful you already have been in the past, how many things that you have been able to accomplish, and to remind yourself here that intelligence isn't always just like one straight line, so to say. Yeah, there are people who are book smart and, for example, really great in school. They get
indoctrinated by the Soviet regime's education system,
happiest in life, professionally, or who would consider themselves successful. A lot of times the people who are happiest or who would consider themselves the most successful are the ones who follow their passions and also collaborate with others on meaningful projects. The Three of Swords here shows us that when it comes to moving forward, there will be a time where there is a couple near you that's breaking up, that's going their separate ways. And here within the common octopus and solving any problem, I can see that you're trying to help these people out, but it's probably best that you just stay away from this drama. The conjunction shows us some sort of union The Three of Swords is often representative of heartache and heartbreak, but because we've got the common octopus, it's very clear that you're trying to avoid this from happening. You're trying to avoid this breakup going through, which is most likely not your breakup, because we've got the North Node, which shows that you're destined to have what you desire. So if it's a relationship, it's most likely not going to fall apart. So I do see here that this is a relationship that is close to you. It could be one of a close friend, a parent, a sibling. And I see here that you're trying the best that you can to keep people together. It's very evident here within the Sun group number 1 that you're the type of person who cares, compassionate, who's empathetic, and who wants to always do whatever they can in order to bring light, brightness, and happiness into any situation. And this is definitely very beautiful to see, the type of warmth that you radiate, as we see here within the Sun card. The fact that you aren't afraid to stretch out your arms to someone else, no matter what walk of life that they may come from. You are the type of person who's very open-minded, and to you it's important how people treat you. That will determine how you view them and how you treat them in turn, and not what other people may have told you about them. You do not engage in gossip, nor do you use gossip as gospel, so to say. Next up, we've got the Moon card, and the Moon card communicates to you that not everything is as it seems. So, of course, be very careful with different business opportunities as well. In connectivity to the Great White Shark, we spoke about you striking when the iron is hot and when opportunities present themselves. But the Moon is definitely a card that is communicating to you to be cautious. One message that's coming through for you right now is to especially be cautious if something seems too good to be true, and if you feel like some people are in desperate need for you to sign. So it could be, for example, a lease. It could be some sort of deal that binds you for longer than necessary. Make sure that you negotiate as little liability on your side as possible when it comes to any type of business dealings that you may get into. The same goes, for example, schools and school tuition. Make sure that you do your research, because there are a lot of shifty things out here in the world. Let's not even play like everything is just all roses and rainbows. This channel and these tarot readings are all about being real. And here within the Ten of Swords, a clear message for you is to just be done with anything that doesn't serve you mentally either.
That's right.
So if there are
No room
people
for
with
garbage.
whom you just know you can't work with,
Yep.
it could even be family. And let me tell you, mixing family and business can often be a very detrimental thing
Yes.
to do. So don't feel pressured to do that. Don't
Been
feel
there, done
inclined
that.
to have to create a pathway for those closest to you just because you can. It's not always the best idea to mix people from different areas of your life together into a professional setting. It's also never that great of an idea to create this kind of flimsy line between a professional relationship and a personal one. Like people who you work with, you may want to just keep your private life very private, because you never know how that may actually become kind of a weak spot if you have to negotiate, or if you're all trying to get a promotion. Ten of Swords and the Sun card is indicative of you saving your warmth, your love, and your openness for people who have nothing to gain from you potentially being in a weak place, in a place of feeling down or depressed. So be very cautious and careful who you share things with. Next up, we've got have patience. Love is patient and kind always. That's a little reminder for you, group number 1, that you need to hear, especially if right now you're waiting for a text from someone, you're waiting for someone to call you, to message you, to maybe also finally let you know where they want to take this relationship or situationship. You want to have that conversation, but you don't want to be pushy. You want clarity, but at the same time, you don't want to seem desperate. Let me just move all of our cards up here for you so we have a little bit more space and a little bit of a nicer overview, group number 1. So here in Have Patience, remind yourself of the fact that love is patient and kind always, but love is, of course, also not letting people wait or stringing them along when you know that you don't want anything serious, for example. So if you feel strung along, know here within the Moon card and the Three of Swords, your intuition is most likely right. If you feel like a situationship is kind of toxic or it's not giving you the stability that you want, remind yourself of the fact here that this is your reality, even if the person that you're dealing with doesn't see it that way. Don't allow them to gaslight you into feeling like your emotions don't matter. Choose love. Remember that you always have a choice and make yours with love, not just love that you have for other people, but love that you have for yourself, group number one.
Love me
Self-love
long
is one of the
time.
most important forms of love, I would say, and a lot of us struggle to show ourselves a sufficient amount of love. And here within your reading, you are being reminded of this important radical act of self-love, which is actually so crazy that we need to classify it as radical, or that it sometimes feels radical to just love yourself so deeply, so fully. And it's very important for you to not allow for this society or for people to shame you, like loving yourself is a crime or is something that isn't okay or that you could ever do too much of. Within forgiveness, know that nothing is gained by holding on to past disappointments.
That's right.
Any type of romantic connection that let you down and disappointed you, group number one, taught you some
Move on,
valuable
move forward,
lessons
never
and
look
was
back.
here for a reason, for you to learn how to speak up, for you to learn what it is that you want and what you don't, what you will tolerate and what is absolutely not within your timeline or within what you deem as okay in a relationship. So understand here within forgiveness that the best thing you can do for yourself if you've been disappointed is to forgive the corresponding person and move
Definitely.
on with your life on to bigger and greater things. If a relationship didn't work out, it's often the case that the universe is protecting you from something that was never meant to be yours. And that's where it's important that you have faith. Trust your faith in this situation. Trust
Gotta
your
have
gut.
faith,
Trust
the
your
faith, the faith,
group number one.
Baby.
It is so important, especially when dealing with other people and teamwork, putting together a team, working with people in a team, that you have this trust, that you feel as though this is someone whom you can trust with, whether it comes to money, passwords, maybe even your life in a way, depending on how well you know the person. But also, trust that your intuition is telling you the truth and is giving you some insight. If there is someone whom you're working with and you feel like they're not 100% trustworthy, whether it be with confidential information, whether it be with funds, just don't do it. Don't risk it. Group number one, it's not worth it. Know here within the giant oceanic manta ray, life is a marathon. Don't burn yourself out in one sprint or with one very impulsive action. If you act in a very impulsive manner, you may make a mistake that you will have to pay for months. For example, if you make the wrong choice when it comes to signing something that legally entitles you to pay for a service or an item every single month. Don't do that in haste. Don't do that in a state of just being all over the place. Remind yourself here within the giant oceanic manta ray that you can take your time, okay? Life really is a marathon. Don't burn yourself out or make a mistake that's going to burn you out just because there was one spurt, quick sprint kind of moment where you just wanted to do something very, very rapidly without taking time to truly reflect and figure out whether it's the right, perfect deal for you. Next up, within the longhorn cowfish, I want you to know that you're going to receive a valuable gift. Expect a valuable gift. It's going to be shiny and
gifts.
new.
Ooh, shiny!
Maybe even something such as a beautiful piece of crystal jewelry. It could also, for example, if you're really into pets and animals, it could be a shiny gift that has to do with that. Maybe even a rare species that you're allowed to take care of, that you're allowed to live with. Just know here within the longhorn cowfish, what opens the gateway for these valuable gifts to come your way is forgiveness, is the patience, the kindness, but also the fact that you are assertive enough to listen to your intuition and your gut feeling if something feels wrong about a person, and not continue to trust until something really significant happens that you already trust beforehand, and that you understand that your intuition is here to protect you and to serve you, group number one. So group number one, what I'm going to do now is clear and cleanse the space for you, and then I'll be right back to guide you even more deeply into everything that you need to know right now. In the meantime, don't forget to leave a little octopus emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you're a real one, and we'll continue on our psychic reading in just a second. Welcome back, group number one. Did you miss me? So let's move further into your prediction, shall we?
As always, of course.
That you need to know right now. So we've got the Six of Wands as well as the Two of Swords. So what you're meant to know right now here is the fact that there is
That's
a
a
lot
creepy
of
looking
victory.
card.
There are a lot of wins that are coming towards you.
Winning.
And you're going to have to decide very carefully whom you share these wins with, because on one hand you want to share with everyone, on the other hand you also know there are some people who will be jealous, who will kind of wish that your wins were their own, and it's important that in order to continue to ride this wave of success, that you have people around you who are very supportive, who continue to encourage you, and of course who are not going to kind of undermine your success. And sometimes it can be difficult, especially if you're dealing with a parent, for example, who's very narcissistic or who simply just doesn't know how to celebrate your success the way that they really should.
That's why I distance myself from her. For my sanity.
It's not your fault, it's not your problem. Just protect yourself and your accomplishments. That's the most important message that we've got here. Knowing the King of Swords, that you can be strategic, you are very intelligent, you're smart, you're capable, and sometimes you also need to be strategic about who you share your personal accomplishments with and your successes and your wins. The King of Swords is very logical. The King of Swords shows someone who is very ethical as well. These are all traits that you possess, group number one, and therefore it's important that you use your best traits and your strongest attributes for yourself too. Next up, we've got the Death card, and don't panic, group number one, this is not a bad thing whatsoever. Let me first explain to you, a lot of tarot decks don't actually write death on the card, so this one doesn't even have a description, even though it's a major arcana card, and all of the other major arcana cards within the deck, as you can see here, we've got the
13,
World, we've got like the King of Wands, for example, has a description. Justice is a major arcana card. Temperance. So all of these cards come with descriptions, except the minor arcana ones, but this one theoretically should come with that as well. But a lot of tarot decks take it out.
It's like crushing the little guy like a grape.
When they read the word death, when they hear the word death, and that makes a lot of sense. So let's not even try to like shame ourselves because of that, but let's remember that the Death card is actually a representation of a message of transformation, a message of the fact that something needs to come to an end, that's maybe just leeching off of you and that isn't serving you. It could be a parasite in the form of a frenemy, for example, who always only has backhanded comments prepared once you are winning, and somehow when you're not doing well, it almost feels like they're excited.
I think I have lots of frenemies.
Who's constantly asking you for money or things, material items, just overall a situation in which you feel as though it is time to move on, like you have outgrown a codependent relationship and part of your existence. That's what I see here within the Death card. As we can see, this person is going to try to hold on. This person is going to try to still be a part of your life. This parasite obviously doesn't want to lose their source of income, of, for example, narcissistic supply, if you're dealing with a narcissist. And I want you to know here, in the day you plant the seed, that the day that you stop any codependent relationships or something comes to an end, like we have here in the Death card, like the death of a specific connection, it's going to be hard. The day that you plant that seed to be free, to be healthy, to be your own person and to move on with your life is not the day where you're going to reap the benefits or you're going to be able to taste the fruit, to actually enjoy the kind of pluses that come with that, the pluses that come with the liberation of you, group number one. Know that it will take time. The day you plant the seed is not the day that you harvest the fruit, but delayed gratification is often the most rewarding and the most stable as well. Next up within be open to receiving. I can see that it's very
I
clear
definitely like
that you're
receiving.
receiving not just a valuable gift, but also a lot of compliments. And
Oh,
with
you're
one,
too
we have to
kind.
talk
You're too
about the
kind.
accepting, the acceptance of
I do like
compliments.
giving
The
too.
fact that it is okay to receive compliments and just say thank you. If someone says to you that your outfit is very beautiful or that you look very good today, and in case no one has told you at group number one, let me just tell you how beautiful you are inside and out, how loved that you
You're
are.
very
And just
beautiful too,
accept it.
Vanessa.
Even just now with me saying that, if you kind of low-key cringed a little bit, we can still work on you being open to
Cringe.
receiving, on you being open to just saying, you know what, yes, thank you very much, of you showing that you yourself feel like you deserve these kind words and just overall these acts of kindness that you shouldn't feel ashamed of or icky about whatsoever. Within hidden in plain sight, it's often something we don't even realize that we're doing. Often when someone pays us a compliment or someone wants to do something nice for us, we don't even realize how much we're shrugging.
Tim's app makes your Tim's run faster and easier. Order ahead.
Just friggin' lost my streak. I was on a 4-game streak and I friggin' didn't get any points last night. There goes my free coffees. Start a new streak.
Download the Tim's app today.
Come on.
How
I
much
wouldn't
we're
let me skip
shrugging
it.
it off, or how much we're kind of just saying, oh no, it's fine, I can deal with it myself. Know here within hidden in plain sight that doing this is kind of really not helping anyone, not the person trying to do something for you, because they clearly want to do something for you. So you allowing them to do so makes them happy. And then furthermore, you depriving yourself of receiving is also like a message kind of subconsciously hidden in plain sight to yourself that you're not in a space where you feel like you're worthy of these things. And when you do this
We're
over
not
months
worthy.
and years, potentially even because maybe you're used to it or you never quite felt as deserving, this is definitely something that can impact your confidence level. But great thing is
Definitely.
that you can work on this. The great thing is that as cringy as it is, you can learn to just receive compliments and say thank you.
I always
Next
say
up,
thank
we've
you.
got consider your foundation. Look at how committed you are to love and consider how much more you would like to add into your life, or maybe right now, looking at your foundation, things are fine just as they are. If you're single right now, ask yourself how committed you are to loving yourself. If you're not that
I
committed to
love
loving
myself
yourself,
every
don't
day.
go out there thinking that you will be able to love someone
That's
else
right.
so easily, or that finding a relationship is going to fix these issues.
100%.
Also, if you are in a committed relationship, look at the foundation of it. Look at how committed you are to love, to the relationship before, for example, thinking about children or starting a family or further commitments such as marriage. Consider your foundation and consider whether you feel ready or whether you feel like involving another living being is the right choice. It may be a yes, it may be a no. Don't shame yourself and remind yourself to be in the present and dream of the future, because when we dream, everything is possible, and when we are in the present, we are making the best of our lives and our existence here on planet Earth, because all that we really have is the present. But also remind yourself here that if you can dream a type of future a certain way, you can also accomplish it. The thing about dreaming is that it's not just woo-woo kind of thing. Actually, dreaming of something is indicative of the fact that it can come to life. Because just think about it, everything used to be an idea before it came to life. It used to be a dream, whether it's a car, whether it's these tarot cards, whether it is a crystal jewelry design. It all was just a thought at one point that someone was brave enough to create, that someone was brave enough to try to turn into a reality and then actually manage to make it a physical thing. Also know here within physical touch that a message that you need to hear right now is that sometimes a tender touch can mean so much, and sometimes the people who need love the most ask for it in the most unloving ways. Think of a family member or even a lover who, whenever they get upset, they create more distance, or they just kind of say, do whatever you want, I don't care. They maybe kind of distance themselves emotionally and physically. Often these people just really just need a hug. Maybe you are in the habit of doing that too when you're upset or you feel betrayed and unheard. sometimes what we really need is a hug, but we make it very hard for other people to give us that because maybe our egos won't allow us to say what we truly need. Maybe we just feel as though the other person should know, or we never quite learned how to ask for the love that we need, and that's okay. Try to be kind to yourself and give people what you wish they would give you, such as physical touch, such as just holding someone's hand or arm when they're very upset and they seem to not be able to ask for it or to say, hey, this is what I need. Maybe they don't even know what they need. Act as if your partner is here. Whether you have someone in your life or not, act as if they are with you, so you will always consider them. This is definitely a very strong message for any of you who are in a committed relationship. If you have been going through bumps and kinks, always act as though your partner were there in order to make them proud, to make the best
speaking it
possible
into
decision
existence
for your relationship. And if you're single, know that this isn't something that doesn't apply to you. Act as though someone were there who you respect, who you love, who you would want to be with, because immediately that shapes you up differently. Just like me sitting in my studio,
for it, for sure.
if I act as though I was with someone who I love, with someone who is a partner, I'm not going to just every single day get up and just wear my sweats and not brush my teeth and just get straight to work. I'm going to take a little bit of care of myself.
Vanessa, I hate when you tell me to brush my
There is a little
teeth.
bit of pride, there is a little bit of ego involved. You want to look good, you want to
Hey, Steve-O, what's going on?
And it is
Happy Bad Friday, buddy.
If you're not quite motivated to
Or
do
as I
things
call
for
it,
yourself,
Badass
act as though
Friday.
someone were there who you want to impress or whose respect you don't want to lose, to push you to get certain tasks done if necessary, because at the end of the day, how you get the tasks done doesn't really matter as long as you make yourself proud and you end up doing what needs to be done. Group number one, the result is often what matters in these situations. The fact that you are moving forward, that you are making progress, the how
is he?
important as
I
long
thought
as
I
you're
saw
finding
something
ways
pop
to
up.
get
I'm
there.
definitely
It
going to be
doesn't have to
watching
be the
that.
perfect
Right
way
on. I
from the
keep missing them
beginning.
because
Now, group number one, this
last
is
night I
the
worked
reading
till
that I
8
received for you.
and I got
I
home
hope that you
late,
enjoyed
so
it and that you found it insightful. Thank you so much for being
not
here
allowed
and
to
for
work
spending
today
this
in
divine time and
communist
space with me. And I can't wait
Canadistan
to connect with
because
you
of
during
the
one of my
Christian
upcoming
Sane
readings.
holiday today.
Hello, group number two,
They
and
told my
welcome
boss
to your tarot
if he
reading about
opens today
everything that you need to know
that
right
they would
now.
give him a oh, he's on YouTube too. Oh, wicked. That they would give him huge fines, the maximum fines, and the guy's Chinese. It's like I told him, I was like, just tell them to go fuck themselves and just fucking take him to court. It's so fucking wrong. They can tell you that you can't open. But in the States, that's one good thing about the States. You guys can open today, so you're not fully Chris-tarded like we are in Canadistan. But what time is it now? I don't even know on my watch here. Is he coming up soon? Or like, because I don't even know what time. It's got to be close to 1 now, isn't it? I don't have any clocks around here. But yeah, so instead of working, so today and Sunday we can't work. So and then yesterday they had no power, so I couldn't work for like 3 hours. So yeah, not very impressed. But other than that, I'm doing good. Hopefully you're doing good in North Dakota. I have a buddy that lives in Mino or Minot. How far are you from there in North Dakota? Minot or Mino? I don't know how they say it. I'm probably not saying it right. No, Minot. It's like Minot. Oh, you're in my. That's hilarious. I have a buddy that I met online, and he sends me a bunch of stuff. He's friggin' awesome. He's a he's a veteran. I forget what you should check him out, man. He has an awesome channel. All he does is giveaways. I'll send you the link. He's got a giveaway right now for to guess a weight of pennies. His YouTube channel is Mike P. Panucci. Yep, we do not exist out here. We do exist out here, yeah. It's Mike Panucci, Panucci right now. He's doing a giveaway on guessing. He's got a Apple Crown Royal bag full of pennies, and you guess the weight. And he has streams all the time where he gives like tons of stuff away, like gold, silver, cards, comics. The guy is awesome, man. Like I met him through one of the card channels, and he's fantastic, man. He's getting back surgery this week, so I think somebody's gonna be taking over. He does like these long races. I keep missing them because usually I work Wednesdays, but he has like these epic long races. But yeah, I've won quite a few things off him. He's pretty cool. I won a couple cards, some coins. I want to win some comics. He's gonna have his 1,000 subscriber giveaway coming up. Like he did his 800 subscriber, was just like a random live, but he's gonna have a huge 1K subscriber giveaway, and he's having like huge prizes. Like he's the guy. Like he's obviously very successful, and he just like, but he wants to give back. He's all about positivity. So he's really, really cool. So I'm glad I found his channel. He's super, super awesome. And the best thing is, if I win stuff, I was winning stuff on other channels, and I was like, I messaged him. I was like, Mike, is it okay if I get it shipped to you? So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm winning stuff like I'm on a streak of winning stuff all over the place. And so if they don't ship to Canada, I get it shipped to Mike, and then Mike ships it here, and then it's and then George, another guy, he's not too far from me. He mails it to me, so it's pretty cool. But definitely going to check out Jeff's show today. I've been watching a lot of his cold hard facts. I do my own kind of cold hard facts for my cold showers. It kind of inspired me to do that, a little bit more political sometimes, that have just updates. Like I went a rant this morning on my Good Friday, or as I call it, Badass Friday. Today did one of those, and yeah, so it's amazing. I've been talking to a lot of people about cold showers. I've like there's a lot of people that are definitely interested in it, and like just from what I've this changes I've gone through, just it's amazing what it does. So, but yeah, so it's interesting. I'm still watching the end of this video. It's not really for me, but. She's interesting, this girl. I told Jeff to try to get her on the show. She would be an interesting guest, man. She's friggin' smoke show, and she's a mix of I think South African or Switzerland, and her dad or mother is Sumayana. That sounds like it's like African or something, but yeah, she's friggin' gorgeous. But anyways, and I was talking to this girl online today, last couple days, and she's what's her name? You can look her up. Her name is what's her name? I have all these girls that randomly message me on my Instagram, but so she messaged me, and I'll have to send you her name later. Her last name is Wild. Should have known. Should have clued in. And all of a sudden, I get this message from her on her Instagram video. She's at her service there, and she shows this Jewish book, ritual book or whatever. I don't know what it was. I couldn't read it. And then she's like taking a video of herself during the Jewish mass or whatever the hell it is. And she's like, I was like, what the fuck you sending me this shit for? So I sort of had a conversation about that, and she was not too happy. I said, well, I didn't ask you to share that with me, and you don't want to hear my point of view. So anyways, that's pretty funny. But let's just say she's involved in an industry that is owned by the Soviet regime, and it's a industry that Jeff talks about many times, about how you should not watch it for your pleasure, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more. And she's really cute, but then when I found out she's a part of the Soviet regime, I'm like, no thanks. I wish I could save the video, but it was on my Instagram, so I can't save it. And she wanted me on WhatsApp. Like, she's like, oh, all these people like that messaging me because I'm a celebrity and blah blah blah. She was all of a sudden she was like talking, oh, you're so different. And then as soon as I found out she was part of the other white meat, I turned the tables on her, and yeah, she probably changed her mind on me right away. But anyways, that was my morning. But but it was still a good day, even though it's bad. Because it's Badass Friday. You got to be badass on Badass Friday. Anyways, yeah, it was a crazy morning. Did my meditation, watching my Vanessa video, did my cold shower, had my coffee. Now I don't know what I'm gonna do now. Well, obviously gonna watch Jeff. Hope he should be coming on soon, like you said. He said he's coming on at 1, so definitely be checking that out. Because I was supposed to work today, but no, unfortunately not. So I'm guessing it must be some sort of Good Friday special. I don't even. What's the title? What's the title of the show? It's got to be coming up soon, I would think. Oh, no title, and it's on YouTube too, not just Rockfin. Because I think a lot of the shows lately have been on Rockfin. That's why I've been missing them. And then when I get home, I'm freaking tired. Oh, okay, cool. When's it coming on? How much more time do I have to get ready? Because I got to get changed and maybe make another cup of coffee. I don't know. Or maybe make a drink. Excuse me. Oh, and I'll have to show this to you, Steve. Look what I found. Got a new book to practice on. You probably can't read French, but this means New Testament and Psalms in French. So I got a French target practice. 45 minutes? Yeah, right now it's I don't know. I don't have a time. I don't have a watch. I don't even know what time it is. So I got time, so that's good. 45 minutes. Yeah, I think North Dakota is the same time zone. Or no, it might be the same time zone as Manitoba. So it might be. What are you, Central Time? Are you Eastern Standard Time? Because I'm pretty sure Manitoba is the same time zone. Because we're only a province over from Manitoba, and then you guys are right across from Manitoba, the border, I think, aren't you? Oh yes, you're an hour away, an hour difference. He's an hour different from me, so yeah. Because I know Manitoba, I think it's an hour difference for me. Yeah, so it's an hour off. So all right, so I got a little bit more time, I guess. I'm even though living in Alberta for 12 years, I was like 2 hours there, 2 hours difference, 2 hours. I would always get it mixed up, especially when I go bounce back between Ontario and Alberta. I always get it mixed up, back or forward. But anyways, should be a good show. I can't wait. I'm sure he'll be talking about that stuff. I'm not in Mountain Time. That's just West. Yeah, yeah, we were Mountain. Yeah, yeah, because Winnipeg, Manitoba's right beside Alberta. So that's why it's. Oh no, is it between? I forget. I hit checked across Canada. I should know. I can't remember. I know, man. It might be Alberta. No, I think it's Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, then Ontario. I don't know. Something like that. Soon enough, I won't have to worry about it anymore. Get the hell out of that. That's why I said I post get the hell out of Canada while I still can. Holy fuck. At least I love watching Vanessa's videos, man. She always gives me so much positive for the future. It's always the same type of reading, and I'm like, yes, keep giving me the good vibes, Vanessa. Just like I like listening to JD, so much good information. And then when I deal with the Soviet regime and all the other X-tards, I have the confidence and info to back it up and tell them where to go and give them the information. And I don't hate any of them. I was talking to a friend yesterday. She had a heathen mug, and I was sitting there talking to her, and she told me she was an X-tard. I was like, oh boy, here we go. And then she was involved. I got home last night from work. Lady drove me home that I work with. So I got home. And there's two cops in front of the house or the building. I'm like, oh great, here we go again. Thought maybe it better not be another freaking fire. So I get in and I go into the main lounge there. The major's there with Brent. They're drinking, watching the hockey game. So one of the guys that I was in the old jail with at the shelter, he was his neighbor is Jimmy, an Afghan vet, and Jimmy is awesome. But when he's drunk and if he doesn't like you, he'll tell you. He doesn't get along with Chris. Chris is a little odd. He's got what do you call that? Sort of like Dustin Hoffman. I forget what that. Anyways, he's got some sort of disorder, and he Jimmy hit him with the door or something, or slammed the door and blew it out of proportion. So he has it in for Jimmy. So he called the cops, and then all of a sudden they're all there interviewing all these people. Even Sherry, the ex-tard there that had the Heathen Cup there. She's saying like all this stuff, and the cops were there for hours. Like I was like, they're interviewing all these people, and it's like, you got to be freaking kidding me! Like, give me a freaking break. And then Brent was my other buddy Brent there, who was there. He was going off there drinking. Like they got a little rowdy there. Like they have a little like they're not in the space that I'm in, so they take it a little, especially the major, man. You figure he was a major. Like he's a really smart guy, but he's been indoctrinated by the Soviet regime. He still takes university courses, so he gets a little riled up and takes things a little too to heart. So does Brent, and Brent's like, I'm out of here. I'm not living here. Like Brent gets like $4,000 a month, so he can afford to move out. So I hope Brent's a good guy. He's been through a lot. I've talked to him a lot over the past year, and I think it's probably best that he move out. It's probably better for his because I mean he doesn't want to end up back in jail, and he's got some young kids, right? He wants to help and that, so probably wouldn't be the best thing for him to do or to end up. But he said something stupid. He was obviously drinking. He's like, when you get to my age, when they give you a life sentence, it doesn't really mean as much. I'm like, oh man, you can't think like that, because I think he's in his 50s. But super nice guy. Obviously made some bad decisions in his life. He's been to prison and you know, he's in the military and stuff. But yeah, I try to help these guys as much as I can. But yeah, just that sometimes the devil, or more so as we know it, the Ingrams that come up when you're drinking the spirits. My door attack, I know. Exactly. Fuck, when I lived in Edmonton, man, I'd call the cops. It would be like, yeah, we'll see you in 12 hours. But here, it's like, oh, something's happening at Veterans House. You better get there right away. I'm like, what the hell? They must think, well, because there's a lot of dangerous people that live here. Like when you're like I wasn't combat arms, but there's a lot of guys that were like combat arms and special forces and stuff. So I mean, those guys, if they snap, like I don't know who's what, right? I found out that Pete, one of the big tall guys, tall, super nice guy, drinks when he gets home from work, quiet, and I found out he was special forces. And then one of the guys that was it's a really sad story. His name's G-Man. He was former airborne. He's really thin, like he's like basically drinking himself to death. It's really sad. He's got a government military pension. He's making like $4,000 a month. But one of the guys that lives here got a PTSD dog, and his name's Lightning, and he's just such a good dog, but he gets excited all the time. And he jumped up on G-Man, and they're supposed to, like, we have a company that comes in here and like to snow removal and de-ice and everything, and jumped up on G-Man and knocked him over, and he broke his hip. And the guy is like maybe 100 pounds soaking wet. So, and I guess the major was telling me he was in agony. He was just like, I never heard this. There's like a I guess on certain calls, got to get a knife sent to you. That'd be awesome. Yes, I've got another target here, and I got some more notes that I picked up. I always pick these up at the mall, so I can use them as targets. You use pictures. I use Post-it notes from X-Tards at the mall. So I'm gonna use that French New Testament as some target practice today in honor of Badass Friday. So keep an eye out for that. But yeah, so pretty sad. So they gave him like there was like a pre-paramedic, and he gave him like a huge shot of morphine because he was in so much pain. So yeah, he's went in for surgery last night. So I don't know how long he's gonna be in there for, but I don't think he's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a while because I know my dad had double hip replacement, so I know how much pain that is. So Wendell Clark's biggest fan. Thanks, buddy. Hey, I was a big Wendell Clark fan growing up. He was my favorite Leaf. Lots of great guys from Saskatchewan that played for the Leafs. Appreciate it, bro. But yeah, so that's a lot of that's the craziness that's been going on here at Vet's house the last few days. And then I messaged Rhea, there, the crazy goat lady there that I work for, that still owes me $400 from like Super Bowl weekend. It's almost 2 months now. So I figured, oh, I'm not working today. She works for the federal government. She won't be working. So I messaged her, and right on, bro. I love people from Saskatchewan. They're awesome. Hitchhiked through there last year, and I met a lot of great people. And told her, oh, can you meet up and pay me today? And then she started going off. I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. Just give me my money. Because I made a post of her on my Instagram. I posted her phone number saying, like, in honor of April Fool's Day, let's give this fool. I guess a lot of people called her. Payback is a bitch. I don't even care about the $400, man. Oh man, I lost all my autographs, bro. I used to have tons of CFL autographs. I lost it all last year, but I had tons of. If you look at my old YouTube and my old Instagram, Get DAGR, you'll see where a guy actually from Saskatchewan basically dumped all my cards and autographs in the garbage that I had kind of made a deal with him to kind of hold on to me for a while instead of putting it in storage. And yeah, so I lost all my CFL autographs, unfortunately. But I did buy 5 more boxes of 2021. So I might buy some 2022 since my Argos won the Grey Cup. I'll probably buy some 2022 stuff. But I mean, they're so far behind on releasing CFL stuff, and I've been kind of buying baseball stuff recently. So, but I still love my CFL, definitely. Yeah. Anyway, we're getting close to the 1 hour. Oh, that's awesome, man. Yeah, I used to go out. You could look at for my obviously DAGR Sports Cards and Collectibles and Get DAGR. I think I had some of my. I did go out a few times this year, but I was working so much. I went out for the Argos this year when they were in Ottawa, but like I said, I don't have too many cards. So I didn't go up as much as I did when I was in Edmonton, but it's a lot easier. It's not like this NHL out here. You don't know where they're staying, whereas at least with the Argos and CFL teams, you know they're always going to be at the Westin for the most part. So it's a little easier to go out for CFL autographs. Yeah, well, I always love going out for CFL autographs. They're my favorite pro athletes to deal with, definitely. Take a chance on me. Yeah, definitely, Steve. Make sure you check out Mike P. Panucci for sure, and maybe we'll see you on a live stream. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that was an awesome game when they won this year. I can't wait to get some CFL. I'm gonna probably buy some Grey Cup merch just so I can get some team signed stuff. So I remember last time I got a full team signed football in Edmonton, and my roommates when they trashed my townhouse and robbed me before they moved out, they stole the team signed or Argo football, Grey Cup football, and they thought it was an Eskimo. And they actually sold it as an Eskimo team signed football because I saw it online. Cops, like I said, are useless. I had all the information. I saw my stuff. I had proof that it was mine. I was showing pictures. I'm like, this is my stuff. And yeah, pinball has one of the probably the best autograph I've ever seen. Mike, I had a couple nice items. I had football signed by him, photos. Mike Pinball Clemens, great guy, great autograph, definitely. But anyways, all right, Tristan. Oh, I remember you, Tristan. I think I remember you. I remember because you had didn't you message me on my site when for cards? I'm pretty sure I recognize yeah, Tristan. I think I remember that one. Yeah, right on, buddy. Awesome. Well, I'm glad that you're a Wendell Clark fan, CFL fan, Argo fan. Like I said, I've always been a huge Pinball Clemens fan. And thanks for the support, buddy, over the years. And we'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. And I'm going to get ready for the day, get dressed. And yeah, I got a lot of things to do on my day off here on Badass Friday. Hope you have a great day. Yeah, definitely, man. I got a new channel. It's oh, I got a lot of channel. Freedom Dagger, Get Dagger. I do. Unfortunately, I can only go live on a few of them. A Freedom Dagger, can't go live on, but I can go on live on here, my Snake Dagger channel, and I have a D. John Grass I can go live on sometimes as well. So, sub to those, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day. Thanks, I appreciate it, buddy. Have a great day. See you later, Tristan.